So, Tolly, what bubble are we popping today?
I don't know, Carla. Let's find out.
Happy Sunday, everyone! I'm Tharaly.
I'm Carla, and this is another episode of
Poppin' the bubble!
Today's episode is a celebration. Tolly, tell them why.
Drum roll, please. It is our 6-month anniversary of Poppin' the Bubble.
Months of popping the bubble.
months. I know y'all are tired of us. It's okay. We're a little tired of us too. It's fine. It's okay. But it's our 6th month. Isn't it like it aligns so perfectly? October 11th.
6 months ago today, the day this comes out, we released our first episode of Popping the Bubble.
April 11th, guys. Look how far we've come. I'm so proud. So proud. Tears.
So proud of us. So, we're going to do, for this episode, we're going to do some current events for you. And then, because, you know, we got our new What's Poppin' segment.
What's poppin'?
But after that, we're just going to have some fun.
Yeah,
Do
so
some games, do some things.
if you want to skip the fun part after the current event part, we totally understand. We're not gonna judge. It's okay. But you should stick for the what's poppin' part, because that's the most important part.
Agreed. But, you know, stick around after, because we're going to have some fun. We're probably going to embarrass ourselves and each other.
I'm definitely gonna embarrass myself. And you know, we love doing that. So
Just wait till y'all hear what we have in store. But
I'm excited.
before we get into it though, how are you, Tolly?
Good. I'm good. I'm at school now. You're coming tomorrow. So exciting stuff. I'm okay. I've been taking lots of naps. School's probably gonna start kicking my butt. But it's okay.
Yeah.
We're getting there. How are you?
You know, these last couple weeks I've been feeling a little under the weather.
Mhm.
So, you know, I'm finally now starting to feel like myself again, and I'm starting to feel a lot better and have more energy. So I highly advise that you all, this is just a reminder that we are in a global pandemic, and y'all need to wear your masks, first of all, social distance, take all the precautions, because COVID comes for everybody. I am not gonna lie, I got COVID, and I didn't even go out anywhere. Like, I stayed in my house and I still got it, because my parents work and they brought it home, which obviously I don't blame them for. They took all the precautions, but we're in a global pandemic and y'all need to be careful. Y'all need to be safe. So that is just a reminder from somebody who has been personally affected by it. Please be safe. Wear your mask. I don't care what state you're from, whatever. We are in a global panoramic, okay? And that is my piece. I'm done for the day.
Amen. I didn't think you were gonna tell them you had COVID.
You know, just the way that you were laughing at me, I just had to.
Me laughing at you during a panorama? Never. I would never. Shall we get started?
Let's get started.
I tried to make drum roll effects, but that didn't sound right.
Okay, what is poppin'? So we have 3 different current events for y'all. 3 very important things that are happening in this world, in our country, may I add. So I will kick it off talking about the trial of Dereck Chauvin. Sorry, had to get that out. Anyways, Dereck Chauvin is on trial for the murder of George Floyd, who was killed in late May of last year. Currently, he's being charged. He's on trial for the charges of second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. So those are the 3 charges that he's facing right now. So I'm just gonna give y'all some background into what happened. I know it's pretty much common knowledge, but as I've been watching the coverage of the trial. And so I'm just gonna give y'all some background, some insight. So George Floyd went to a
Before you do that, though, I have not been watching the coverage, and I think we need to not make a statement. But I think we need to address that it's okay to not watch the trial
no, yeah,
because I I was talking to Carla about this. I'm not in the right mental space to even do this again. So, I'm caught up, like I know what's going on, but like Carla sits and she actually like watches the trial and watches like the jury and all
for
those like
hours, for hours.
I'm not doing that because that's just I just don't think I can mentally bring myself like I just watched like one clip and I was like, nope, I'm not doing this. Like I just can't. So I want to address that it is okay to not watch those things because it's traumatizing. But that doesn't exclude you from knowing what's going on. I guess that's what I wanted to say because I know what's going on. I'm just not watching it. But
I
continue.
I I wholeheartedly agree. And the great thing is that you don't have to. I watch it so that you don't have to. So again, just some background on what happened. Um, George Floyd went into a store. He paid for his cigarettes. He bought some cigarettes. And the store clerk thought that it was a counterfeit $20 bill. So he told his manager. His manager then proceeded to call the police, and from there, the police walked over to George Floyd's car, where he was in the driver's seat with two other people. He had two passengers in the car, some friends or acquaintances of his, and from there they took him out of his car. They sat him on the sidewalk for a second on the curb, and then they brought him over across the street to where the other cars were. Um, and that's where the police car was that they were the squad car that they were trying to put him into. And then from there, he was having some difficulty getting into the car, and he was resisting a little bit. And so he was having difficulty getting into the car. And at this point is when um 3 or 4 officers began to restrain him on the ground. And from there, one of the officers, it was a whole thing. I don't know if you guys have seen the video. I've seen too much. I know too much for my own good. Um, but that's basically what happened. Dereck Chauvin knelt on his neck for over 9 minutes, cutting off his blood circulation, and George Floyd died as a result. Um, so the trial started on March 29th of 2021, which was about 3 weeks ago, 2 3 weeks ago. And it will last 4 weeks. So as of right now, they just concluded the second week and will be entering the third week of the trial. From what I've seen by watching it the last few weeks, I've learned that the entire defense strategy is just to portray George Floyd as a drug addicted criminal. And they're treating it as if he is the one on trial, which is highly upsetting to me. I know people have been, this has been like something that's been going on social media, just seeing it, but just a reminder that Dereck Chauvin is the one on trial, not George Floyd, which I think is a very important reminder because the defense seems to be using that in their strategy, and it's annoying and upsetting while watching the trial.
I mean, even if he was on trial, he can't because he's dead. He was murdered. So just pointing that out.
Right. So there have been a lot of very important vital testimonies, including key witnesses who were there when it happened. There were members of the Marianapolis and police departments, there were members of the Marianapolis police and fire departments who also testified, and then George Floyd's girlfriend has also been one of the testimonies. That was a particularly hard one to watch, and especially when the defense was asking her questions, they were like, did he have a history of drug use and whatnot, trying to prove that he died because of drug use or whatever, as if his circulation wasn't cut off by an officer kneeling on him. But a lot of the people from the police department have actually testified against Dereck Chauvin, which is game changing, and it's really good for the prosecution. So personally, I think that the prosecution is doing a great job so far, and I am pretty sure that Chauvin is going to be charged with something, though I'm not sure what it's going to be, because as I mentioned earlier, he's on trial for 3 different charges, and so his sentencing all depends on which charges he gets convicted of. And so obviously we're going to have to wait and see for that. And another thing about this trial is the fact that the jury, we don't know who the jury is. They are, whenever the trial is streaming, they don't show who the jury is, so we have no idea who they are. We probably won't find out until the trial's over. And Tharaly already kind of mentioned this, but it's hard watching it. I've seen his murder from multiple different perspectives and angles. I've seen Dereck Chauvin kneeling on his neck for over 9 minutes repeatedly. I mean, there was one day in the trial last week where the first week of the trial, all they did was show different evidence, which was the body cam footage of 3 or 4 police officers who were there, including Chauvin, who, by the way, I don't know if he took it off and put it on the ground or if it fell off, but he did not have his body cam on. I'm just going to say that. Dereck Chauvin did not have his body cam on. It was under the car.
They never have their body cam on. Isn't that?
The other officers did, but Chauvin, he took it off. It was either taken off or it fell off, but it was on the ground under the car, so we can't see anything from his perspective. But the point is that I've seen it. I've heard his screams and his pleas for mercy. I've literally heard him tell people to tell his daughter that he loves her and crying for his mother. I've heard it, I've seen it, and it's hard. And by watching these things, I'm obviously learning new things about the trial beyond what we've seen from social media, which is honestly, it's helps me. That's why I'm more insightful about the trial and the case and what's going on. But I want to make something that I noticed was that George Floyd was clearly suffering some sort of PTSD because he has been shot before, and he voiced this to the police officers as they were trying to get him out of his car. He said, "Officer, I've been shot before. That's why I'm like this." And he was clearly like frantic about that, suffering from some PTSD. They're gonna try to pass it as he's on drugs, he's something, but he had PTSD. And I think any black person who is having an encounter with the police will have PTSD because of these stories and everything that's happening. So again, it's really hard to watch. But despite everything, I'm happy to see that justice is playing out in front of our eyes, because we don't usually get to see this, especially after what happened with Breonna Taylor. We don't get to see justice play out enough. We hear about the things that happen and we're upset and we're outraged, and then that sparks something, but after a while it dies down and we never see justice happen. But I really do think that this time we're going to get justice. And I know we said this in our Black Lives Matter series earlier on, but it doesn't matter whether or not somebody is a criminal or what they do, what their occupation is, if they're on drugs or if they're not on drugs. We're all human beings, and everybody deserves to keep living. I don't care how they paint George Floyd or how accurate or inaccurate that is. He is a man who deserves to be living here today, and what happened to him should never have happened. So that being said, please stay educated. Please keep up with this trial. And we will probably talk about it again once they have a verdict, and hopefully it's something that does justice to him.
I mean, it's just so hard to talk about, because I'm like when you mentioned Breonna Taylor, I just I just can't sit there and watch it unfold again. And not saying it will unfold, but I mean, we're not dumb. We know how America goes. We know how this trial is going to throw dirt at this man's name. They're going to literally stomp on him. And I do hope that he gets justice. And I do hope that one day I can like sit through the recordings and take it all in. But like I said before, if y'all can't, don't do it, because I'm not doing it now. Like I know what's going on, but for me to sit, I think one of the videos I watched was like the kid who said the money was counterfeit. Just like that stuff will live with him forever, and that's really hard to watch. And even with PTSD with police, like I've had terrible experience with the police, and it's really hard to just sit here and be like, I don't even have any words, because every time I talk about this, I just want to cry. Like that's truly where I'm at.
Yeah.
And that's truly where I'm at this point in my life. Like every time we have to talk about police brutality, every time we have to talk about how Black people are being mistreated, I just like no words come out. I just want to sit and cry, and that's really sad. But
It's real though. It's the reality.
it's the reality of it. So, like Carla said, we hope you guys stay educated, because this is serious. And
There's only so much you can get from listening, for getting it from other people.
yeah,
Moving on.
moving on.
We are going to talk about the law that passed or did not pass. Anyways, hold up, let me regroup.
It's like a legislation.
Right.
It's a law that's trying to be passed.
Right. There was some legislation that almost went in Arkansas about
Kansas.
transgender people. Arkansas, Tharaly.
Okay. We don't need to discuss this in the podcast.
No. I'm just gonna, because I'm looking at it and I'm stumped, because I'm thinking about when Tharaly and I were discussing whether or not we were gonna put this on our podcast and use this as one of our current events. Tharaly goes, "We need to talk about Arkansas," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And it took me a second. She's like, "No, like the thing with the transgender people," and I was like, "You mean Arkansas?"
Guys, I mean,
we sat there and debated this for a solid like 3 minutes.
Arkansas? That doesn't even make any sense.
She had to Google it. We were on FaceTime. She Googled it.
Where's
and
that you?
She had to play the Google pronunciation to prove that it's pronounced Arkansas, not Arkansas.
Where is the W in Arkansas? Where is it?
It's Arkansas.
This is why I hate English, this language. We have Kansas as a city, but it's not Arkansas. That doesn't make any sense.
It's Arkansas.
Okay, Arkansas, everybody knows what I'm talking about now. So it's okay. It's fine. Arkansas. Where's the W? No. Continue.
In Arkansas, they tried to pass a law that would ban access to gender-affirming care for transgender minors, including reversible puberty blockers and hormones, which a lot of transgender people are on. And they usually start when they are at that age of puberty. And so these legislations aren't just coming from Arkansas, though. That many other states have tried to enforce these laws that are anti-trans and would just be harmful to kids, including the ones that would ban them from playing sports because of their biological sex. That puts them at they think that this puts them at a unfair advantage over other kids, which is BS in my book, but they're using it to justify these laws.
Yeah, and it's really a way to suppress these youth lawfully. I put that word in quotes. But so right now, this law, it had to be passed by Governor Hutchinson of Arkansas. But Governor Hutchinson He's a Republican, and he actually vetoed it, which was surprising.
Right.
And it was surprising because last month he signed bills that allow doctors to refuse to treat people based on religious or moral objections and barred transgender women and girls from competing on women's sports team, like Carla mentioned. But and he said this quote, it was like, the state should not presume to jump into the middle of every medical, human, and ethical issue. And I wanted to talk about this because just because he's vetoing this bill does not make him a hero, does not, just because he's Republican and decided that this is the one bill he doesn't want to pass, that doesn't give him a pass. It really just shows you the power and the privilege these governors and governments have over, like, you want to take someone's rights and medical rights to be able to identify who they truly are. And it's really the privilege and the power. He's like, we're just not going to jump into every single medical problem, like one at a time. I can only do so much. Like, it really just shows you how much privilege and power is. And we wanted to bring this into awareness because it's not just happening in Arkansas, it's happening in a lot of states. I think it's about like 24 states trying to do these laws and stuff. And it's like, these are youths, and you're trying to take away something that would allow them to express and identify themselves. And then you have to think about the bigger repercussions. Like, I was reading an article and it was like suicide rates could potentially, not even could potentially, will, because I think that needs to be stated. It will go up if this happens, and it has. There's research about it.
And they are already so high.
They're already so high. You're telling these kids that because you want to do this, I'm gonna make it lawfully illegal for you to even. I'm gonna stop it before you could even think about it. Like, how do you think that impacts someone's mentality, someone's state? So we want to bring this to awareness so you know what's going on in your state, because it's not just Arkansas. So you need to be able to do research and understand how some of these awful laws, and I put this in quotes, are suppressing our youth, not even youth, are suppressing people. We don't want to do that. That's never the idea. And we always say this, why are we trying to suppress people for who they want to be? Mind your business. It's not that deep.
Right. I feel like too much of politics is spent trying to control the bodies, the physical bodies of people, when literally, my body, my choice. That goes for everybody. You do what you want with your body. It is none of my business, and it has no place being debated in a court of law at all. At all. And
Like,
I want to bring something up. We have this whole conservatives versus liberals, right? The whole idea of being a conservative is believing that that the government, how do I say this? That the government has limited it's not the government's job to regulate everything, especially economics. This is one of the things, because big corporations don't want too much regulation on what they can do. And a lot of people who are conservatives are very big on the economy. Part of that is not believing that it's part of their job, their agenda. But here they're trying to control the bodies and the whatever of people. But this governor Hutchinson, I feel like I don't think his intentions were true, but what he says the state should not presume to jump into the middle of every medical, human, and ethical issue. That is basically what conservatism is. That is what it means to be conservative. The whole idea of conservatism, and is what a lot of these right-wing politicians are actually going against what it means to be conservative. I'm going to read the definition of conservative. Conservatives generally believe in the personal responsibility, limited government, free markets, individual liberty, traditional values, and strong national defense. So, let's unpack that. Limited government, free markets, individual liberty, and personal responsibility. Which basically means that they have no place. The government has no place regulating what an individual can do with their own body, which I think is really interesting considering the way that conservatives try to control the bodies of women and now transgender people, especially transgender youth. That goes against what they claim to be means. And what Governor Hutchinson said, which again I'll state, that the state should not presume to jump into the middle of every medical, human, and ethical issue, basically holds what conservatives or what conservatism really is. And so I just thought that was really interesting and something that I just needed to point out because you see it happening with everything. With everything. This is the reason why they were so upset when people were trying to take Dr. Seuss off the market, because they believe in a free market, that people are able to consume and buy whatever it is they wish to consume or buy. And now when it comes to the bodies of people and their physical liberties and personal liberties, they're trying to infringe on those, which doesn't add up to me. I had to point that out. I don't know if that made any sense to any of y'all, but
No, it did make sense, but just like the trial, we're telling you these current events that are going on because we want you to stay educated. We want you to stay on top of it. This might not affect you, but it affects someone. And who are we to be selfish and not help people when we have the power and the privilege to? So whether that's calling your representatives, finding a way to stop these, we have to do what we can, because it's not fair that I get to live my life with my identity and no law is trying to stop that. I mean, not all the time, some of the time, but it's not fair that someone else doesn't have that privilege and power that I have. And it would be unfair if I sat here and just looked away. It'd be unfair if I sat here and was like, it's not happening to me, so why should I care?
honestly, I think that that's one of the reasons why Governor Hutchinson vetoed it, because there was so much outrage over it. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, it was everywhere on social media. Everybody was posting about it, rightfully so, but there was so much outrage over it. And I think that just goes to show, especially in today's politics, our politicians aren't perfect. Our president isn't perfect. We know that. We elected him knowing that. And it's our job to hold those politicians and those elected officials accountable. And I feel like this is one of those examples of what happens when we do. And so hopefully we can keep up with this and keep holding them accountable. But yeah, moving
Yeah.
on.
On to our last and final current event, the Georgia voter suppression. I've said this before, and I'll say this again. When you have the right to vote, it is a privilege, and everyone should be able to vote. I'm just saying, because a lot of the things that happen in your little communities to your big communities all come down to who is representing you. So right now, Georgia has this new voting law that hampers the right to vote for some. And really, it hampers the right to vote for a lot of minority groups, because that's really what it's all about, suppressing the rights for minorities to vote. Let's really, like, if we really want to talk about it. So in these new laws, like in this new, like, I don't know if I would call it a bill, but in this big new law, there's like little segments. And some of these new laws are voters will have less time to request absentee ballots. And absentee ballots are like when you're able to vote through like mailing and like other places instead of like your designated like voting place. And if this will actually reduce the number of people who vote and use the absentee ballots, because you're not giving enough time for people to get these ballots in. And a lot of us don't vote on time. And that's why we rely on absentee ballots, because they're easier to do. And a lot of us can't afford or have the privilege, or not privilege, but some of us can't afford to go to our designated area to vote, whether that's because right now in a pandemic, we don't have the transportation. Like, a lot of factors come into place why a lot of people use absentee ballots. And then there's also the strict new ID requirements. This, something as simple as forgetting your social security number will throw out your whole ballot. Your ballot would be invalid. Your vote is invalid. And that's just not right because like it's like a lot of new ID requirements you have to go through. They have to go through like addresses, like social security number, like all of that stuff. And it's like that's suppressing some people's right to vote because a simple mistake would throw out my whole ballot. That doesn't make any sense when all you need usually is like an ID. And then there's more, but basically these laws are making it harder for people to want to vote because if you're taking away people's absentee ballots and making it harder to ID someone, people are going to be like, I just don't want to vote. What's the point? I got to go through all of this stuff. And it's the truth. Even something simple as like the RV transportation where you can like give it to like the RV ballots, you know, when they like go around the city, they're stopping that too. These simple things that make it easier for some people to vote, those people are going to be like, I don't want to vote anymore. I have to go wait in a long line where, oh, they're not allowed to serve food and drinks anymore to those people in the long lines. You think people are going to wait in the long line when food and drinks are not being given? I'm not waiting in a long line with food and drinks. I mean, it's literal facts. Like these are things suppressing people to vote. So we encourage you to look into your state and see your voting rights and who's being suppressed by these voting rights, because it's not just in Georgia, it's everywhere. Everywhere someone is being suppressed. So we encourage you to look into that, not because it affects you, but because it affects someone, not you, someone. And, you know, file petitions, call them up. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting in an office looking pretty. So
Right. I think what's most upsetting about just this situation in Georgia is the fact that while Governor Kemp was signing this in his office, Representative Park Cannon, who is a black woman, who represents the Democratic Party in Georgia, was knocking on his office. She was knocking on his office as he was on his door because his door was closed, and she was knocking as he was actually signing this, and two Georgia State Patrol troopers who were there, they told her to stop, and she wasn't doing anything but knocking on the damn door, as anybody would do when something like that, voter suppression, is being made legal by a governor. So
break
she
down
was
the door,
knocking.
grab his pen.
But she wasn't even, she was just knocking though. I mean, there's a video of it happening. She was just knocking on the door, and they grabbed her and they arrested her. They literally arrested a senator. Or is she a senator? A representative, congresswoman, whatever. They arrested her. Like for what? For knocking? For knocking. As he is doing something unconstitutional. She's trying to knock on the door to stop him, and she gets arrested. That literally is so stupid. Like it just makes me angry. I don't have the words to articulate it because I'm upset, but it's dumb as hell. Like how are you gonna arrest her for? And she was fighting voter suppression. That's why she was there. She was trying to make sure it didn't happen, because the truth is that this law would disproportionately affect marginalized community, i.e. Black and Latino communities in Georgia, which we know that Georgia is a very pivotal state now because it helped win the election. It helped win the election. And now there's these voter suppression laws. I mean, this feels really convenient. Like,
It's literally people in government using their power and privilege to suppress people under, and I put this in quotes, lawfully, legal, whatever you want to call it, laws. It's really just another way of suppressing people without it being unconstitutional. And I put that in quotes
the
because
thing the thing is though that voter suppression is an American trait. It's a habit. It's something that has happened for a century. The 15th Amendment
did it to black men when they gave them the right to vote.
the
Did it to
15th
black women when
Amendment
they gave it the
gave
right to vote.
the 15th Amendment gave everybody to vote, or not everybody, but men, the right to vote, despite their race, color, or whatever, or previous conditions of servitude. So this basically gave formerly enslaved men, black men, the right to vote. This was the 15th Amendment in, I think, 1789. I could be wrong. And then now you have these laws. And the thing is though that these have ever since Jim Crow, ever since the Reconstruction era, this is an American trait. We've been suppressing voters, specifically black voters, since forever. Since we quote gave them the right to vote. There were these colorblind laws, in quotes, and I put that in quotes, that gave certain restriction to people who could vote. Whether it was like it's like something having to do with like your
if you couldn't read,
right,
you couldn't vote.
You had to be literate to vote. Like they would do literacy tests.
Like
knowing that the system was rigged so that they couldn't read, and knowing all these things, like it's rigged. Voter suppression has been happening forever, and it's still happening. It is 2021, and it is still happening.
I mean, history really just repeats itself, but more progressively. That's really what it is. Like we just keep finding new ways to suppress people, and if you don't know your history, if you turn a blind eye, these things are happening right in front of us, and sometimes we just don't realize because it's like it's lawfully. Like a lot of things that are lawfully, is that even a word now that I think about it? A lot of these things that are lawful are really just not. And you have to pay attention to it.
They're unconstitutional. Like voter suppression goes so like
Constitution is a whole different thing anyways. But
so deep. Like so deep. And then even if they were eligible and they could manage to get to the polls or to vote, there would be like members of the KKK or somebody
ballots were being stuffed. Like we're talking about like
they would go missing, like
decades of rigged system that just chooses to oppress people, that understands that they have the power to oppress people. And that's why voting is so important, because if we don't vote, it's just going to keep happening. We need new people. We need better people in our government.
I just find it funny how this is a democracy and we pride ourselves on that. We literally call ourselves the greatest democratic whatever in the world, but we can't claim that. And I'm not trying to completely bash America, but I'm trying to bash America because
I'm not an American citizen. Like, what are they gonna do?
No, but we pride ourselves on this, and yet we do this to our own people. We can't claim to be that if we don't uphold that, if we don't act that way, and if we continue to oppress and suppress our people. Because our ancestors, my ancestors did not do this. The founding fathers, their ancestors,
the dead white people in their graves rolling. That's what I call them.
They brought people over from Africa to enslave them, to do their dirty work. They did that. And now people can't deal with the repercussions of their ancestors. Regardless of your history and your lineage and
not the Dominicans.
Regardless of what I'm trying to say is, regardless of your lineage here in the United States, doesn't matter whether you're a first generation citizen, whether you just got your citizenship last year, whether your family has been here for centuries, that doesn't matter. We're all American citizens. Not all of us. Tali's not. But like, you know what I'm saying? We're all American citizens, and that just because like I need to stop talking about this. You get my point.
I get your point, and we hope that y'all understood these current events, and you go and do further research, because we're only 16-year-olds giving you slight information. So
biased information.
I mean, it really is biased. I mean, we try, but at the end of the day, we're gonna be biased regardless. So
yeah, that's it for our What's Poppin'. That was What's Poppin'.
Moving on to our celebratory segment.
Fun! Woo!
Nah, because this is really gonna be fun. Like, I'm so excited.
Okay, all right. So again,
I'm scared.
6 months. It's our 6 months anniversary of popping the bubble, and I don't know if y'all listen to our episode titled "Saying Goodbye to 2020," but Tali
Oh,
and I set some New Year's resolutions, okay? And one of Tali's New Year's resolutions was to expand her vocabulary
that's right.
and to use a new word every episode, at least, to challenge herself, right? And I did hear one today. You said hamper or something.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh
I heard you. I
yeah.
heard you. I've been hearing you, but
Like Holly out here.
I'm gonna test her today.
Oh
So
god.
I have a list of vocab words, and I'm gonna ask Tali what they mean, and she's gonna try to guess. So this is a test, to be honest. Tali
All
can
right.
either make a complete fool of herself right now, or she could like shut me up.
And
So
I don't know the words. I don't know anything. I'm truly
I
unprepared.
I have faith in you. I have faith in you. Okay. All
You.
right. Shall we kick it off?
Let's kick it off. I mean, you can only go up. You can't really go down because at the end of the day, I'm gonna learn some new words, and they're gonna pop up in a few episodes. So I
We'll see
can't
about
really
that.
fail.
We'll see about that one. Okay,
Go ahead.
ready? Are you
Ready.
ready?
I'm ready.
The first word is martyr.
Oh come on, bro. That's so easy.
I'm trying to start it off. Like, we're
Okay.
easing into it. We're easing in.
Okay. So a martyr, well, I think of it like in religion, it's like someone who like sacrifices their life for like something they believe in. So like they'll be like, oh, don't try to be a martyr, like don't try to sacrifice your life or something. But that's basically it. That's basically it.
I mean, you kind of mixed up the two different definitions, but yeah,
Ding, ding,
that's
ding.
pretty
It's
much
all
it.
right.
That's pretty much it. It's pretty much it.
Big baller out here. Big baller out here.
It's either a person who's killed for their religious beliefs or somebody who, the dictionary definition is, displays or exaggerates their discomfort or distress in order to obtain sympathy or admiration. Basically, a victim. Somebody who plays the victim. But, alright, good job. That's one. Next one. Are you ready? Fallacy.
Can I have it in a sentence, please?
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna do that.
Oh, you lost me. I'm done. Next word.
Do you genuinely mean that? You're not even gonna try?
Can I have it in a sentence, please?
Fallacy.
No, you gotta give me a sentence.
Okay, I'll think of one.
What's the sentence,
can't-
Google?
We can't allow politicians to continue telling fallacies.
False information. That was actually my first guess. So if I'm right, I will like
It's a mistaken belief.
the false information. That's
Close enough,
correct.
but you only got that because of my sentence.
I was gonna say false information, but I was like,
No,
Holly, that might sound dumb.
no
You know, 'cause I
holding
was
back. No holding
okay.
back.
All right, I'm ready. Next
You ready
one.
for the next one?
The next one, hit me.
This one's kind of easy. Ready?
Uh,
Doleful.
what?
Doleful. Doleful.
Can I have it in a sentence, please?
No, it's gonna give it away.
Doleful.
Doleful.
She was doleful.
It's an adjective, yes. I'll give you that.
Act like I know what an adjective is. Come on, bro. Can I have a hotline? Can I call someone?
You know what? Yeah. No, but are you sure you want to use it on this one?
Man. She was doleful. Dolly, doll. To be. I know the word. I've heard it used.
So, okay. All right. You got 10 seconds.
To be misunderstood.
No. It means
Next word.
to express sorrow.
Oh.
or
Yeah.
be mournful.
That was my next guess.
No, it wasn't.
No,
All right, next word. Are you ready?
yes.
You should know. I think you might know this one.
Will I?
Zeal.
Oh my god, bro. Where did you get these words from? Where? What is zeal? What is that? To be zealed? Is that another adjective?
It's a noun.
Zeal?
I'll give you the adjective firm. The term in an
Okay.
adjective is zealous.
A noun. Okay, a noun is a person, place, or thing.
All right, but this one is zeal as a noun.
Bro, I'm over this. Can we play the next game?
Nope.
Zeal. 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 To be jealous. No, you said that's the adjective.
Zealous. It's with a Z, not a J.
Oh.
It's spelled the same way, but
I don't even know what zealous means. Oh,
zealous.
zeal. I don't know.
And did our zeal in ancient time. Is that even the lyric?
Embarrassing.
Is that even the lyric?
I don't know. Oh man, that's embarrassing.
What's that song again?
Jerusalem? And that's my favorite
Is that
song.
even the lyric? Hold up, I'm gonna see if that's a lyric.
And did our yeah, I don't think it's zeal. What is zeal? Warrior. When
All right,
warrior?
it's not a warrior.
I give up.
Okay, it's a feeling of strong eagerness.
Oh man, I was close. A warrior is basically the same thing. You know,
No.
you feel strong emotions. When I go, I am a warrior. I am
Goodbye.
telling you, I am strong. Ding ding
Stop
ding.
trying to justify yourself. Okay, next one. I feel like you should know this one.
Okay, you said that for the last three. Look, here we are. So please continue.
Okay, pseudonym.
Oh, I do know.
You know this one.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Pseudonym. It has something to
It's a
do with your
noun.
name. It has something to do with your name. I think it's your
Keep it
first
going.
or your last. Or your real name.
Try again. Nope.
Your initials.
Is that your final answer?
Pseudonym. Isn't it how you pronounce, like, no? I think, wait, hold on. Your surname is your last name. So your pseudonym must be your first. That's my final guess.
No.
I'm sick and tired of this game.
Okay.
I'm out.
It's like a fictitious name used by an author. So
Oh my god, bro! I knew that.
people publish things under pseudonyms.
I knew that. I swear I did. I just blinked. I don't do well with tests. I promise. If I had a sentence, I would have done well. I swear.
You ready for the next one?
Is this the last one?
Nope, there's plenty more.
Can we please stop here? This is
Nope.
embarrassing.
Nope. I'm enjoying this a lot. Okay, next word. It's a verb.
Oh man.
Bequeath.
To bequeath.
Bequeath.
To come forward. Bequeath. When the king tells you, bequeath. No? That's not it. I feel like we should stop here.
It's actually the opposite. It means to leave.
Oh man. That was my next guess.
Or it's
Okay.
it's like to leave something to somebody. Like
Oh, I bequeatheth you my sword.
Sure.
All right, pick something I can get right, and that would be the last one. So at least I can redeem myself. This is so embarrassing. I'm so sorry. I feel like I let the
All right,
podcast down.
here's the last one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Surmise.
Oh man, I know this. Or I should know this because this was one of our vocabs last year. To surmise. I know this word. No, I know this word. I know this word. I just have to keep telling myself that. It'll eventually come to surmise. Jesus. To like fall, to to like. No, are you sure?
No.
Surmise. She surmised to her death. That's not. Am I thinking? Am I thinking of something else? Oh my god, bro! I'm gonna fail the SAT.
I'm
This is
dying.
oh game. Can we move on?
You not know it.
Surmise. It means no to gain. Be victorious.
Can I tell you what it means?
I'm over this.
You
Yeah.
know, you have a phone a friend. Do you want to phone a friend
No.
on this last one?
Keep going.
It means to suppose that something is true without having evidence to confirm.
I was never gonna get that. I'm sorry, but it just wasn't gonna happen. You could pick something like what does I don't even know because I really don't know vocab.
All right. You should know this one.
Sure. Okay.
This will be your last one. It's
Okay.
a noun. Conjecture.
I'm leaving. I'm gone. I'm over this, bro. What?
Conjecture. Like I'm gonna make a conjecture.
Conjecture to make not an assumption, but a man, what's the word? What's the word? I'm blanking. To propose an idea. No.
Not quite. Not quite.
You know what? I will take that.
I want you to get this one. I'm gonna give you a sentence.
Conjecture. Oh, okay. Like you should have done for all the other ones. Like go on. Go on. Gosh, what kind of vocab test is this with no what sentences?
I made a conjecture about him based on our first interaction.
To make a prejudice assumption.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like an opinion or a conclusion, like to come to a conclusion.
I will take it.
You know, I'll give that to you. Well done, Tharaly.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to God, my parents, my family. You guys are a G. I do this for you. Not Carla, because I don't know where she got these words from. I don't know what she thought this was.
How stupid would you feel if I told you that I got it from an 8th grade vocab list?
Listen, we're only on the 4th month of my New Year's resolution, okay? You were throwing out some big words for me. I'm not gonna lie.
We're a third of the way through the year, sis.
Okay, and what does got to do with anything? We hope you enjoyed that segment, because not everyone will think I just don't know words, which is true.
Tharaly has plenty of other strengths.
It takes me like 40. It takes me a lot of time to read because I search up every word that I don't know, and that tends to be a lot. Like I was doing my homework 5 minutes. I was doing my homework before this, and on the first page I have like 4 words circled. I just don't know these words, man. But,
oh man. Okay.
Next segment.
Next
part, please.
We're gonna be giving some hot takes. In other words, some unpopular opinions.
I'm excited.
All right, Tharaly, would you like to tell them the first one?
First one, and we're gonna talk about this.
Controversial.
They're probably gonna stop listening to the podcast, or probably just skip over every time I talk. But milk or cereal first?
Tharaly, tell the people what your opinion is on this.
I don't like how you're bullying me. I just feel like
no, tell them.
I'm just not the only one who does this.
But before she tells y'all, just know that I completely think it's unethical. I do not agree.
It just makes more sense.
No, okay, tell them.
You put your milk first before your cereal. Yes.
No.
You guys, I don't think you understand how much we have this conversation. This is like a weekly thing for us.
Every week we argue about this because she puts her milk in first. Who does that?
I do.
What is wrong with you? I'm
Literally,
sorry. If you put your milk in first, stop.
You know how much milk you want.
Be a psychiatrist.
Listen. Let me explain my reasoning behind this. when I get my milk, I'm thinking, is this going to be like a 1 bowl situation or a 2 bowl situation? So if it's a 1 bowl situation, I put just the right amount of milk that I'll need to have 1 bowl of cereal. If it's a 2 bowl situation, I put just the right amount of milk that I will need to have a little bit more cereal after I'm done. That's logical thinking.
That
Okay?
is stupid thinking. I'm sorry. Let's think about cereal in terms of science, okay? When you're eating cereal, which is the dependent and dependent variable?
The milk.
The cereal is the independent. Oh my god.
The
Cereal
milk.
is the independent variable. You're eating cereal, you're not drinking milk. Like, when you put in cereal, you want cereal. And so you need to match how much milk you need based off of how much cereal you have. Not the other way around, because you're eating cereal.
No.
Yes, you literally make no sense. Like,
You make no sense.
this literally has been a point of contention in our entire friendship. Like, since we met freshman year.
Listen, sometimes I put the cereal before and it just doesn't have the same feelings as putting the milk first. I mean, here at school, I do it because, you know, we all touch the same spoons and stuff and the cereal goes, you know, out of respect, I do that. But it just doesn't make any sense. It's not logical. It just, no. Next topic.
And for that, I will be eating ketchup in front of you.
Oh my God.
Moving on.
Orange juice, pulp or no pulp?
No.
Pulp.
Oh
Orange
god.
pulp.
We just no.
It just tastes better.
No, it does not. I literally the
Jesus.
texture makes me gag.
It feels more natural. It's like pulp.
No, how do you swallow that? Like, I can't. Every time I have orange juice with pulp in it, like, I almost like gag and throw it up right away.
Well,
Like, it's gross.
That seems like a you problem.
No.
Who
No
is
pulp.
drinking orange juice with no pulp? Like straight
No
up
pulp.
just
No
chugging orange juice.
No pulp.
You're supposed to enjoy orange juice. And with the pulp, you do just that.
No.
I feel like
Disagree.
I'm right.
Disagree.
Okay. Next one. Beyonce. Overrated? Underrated? Oh.
Underrated. Beyonce will never be appreciated enough.
I want to say underrated. I think she's rated. And where was I going with this?
What, that you think she's rated appropriately?
Not appropriately, but not underrated. And she's definitely not overrated. People who say Beyonce are overrated are just
Are fake because they haven't actually listened to
not
any of
fake.
her
Because
albums.
you can like not like an artist and not like their music, but Beyonce does so much more than music. Like she is like, there's just so much more to her. So if people are
She is the queen bee.
like as a whole, she's not overrated. But I understand where certain people come from because certain people, Beyonce is just not their music preference.
Right.
That's fine. But if you think about Beyonce as a whole and everything she's done, overrated isn't even the word. Like she needs more. Oh, see, look, there we go.
Look
We agree
at
on
us
something.
agreeing on something.
Beyonce, power to the
Are
people.
we friends again until the next one?
No. Next one. Pop culture is more important than education / history. I mean, I'm gonna have to say yes. We would never dedicate a series to
I think so.
history.
We
So.
wouldn't. I mean, we talk about history, but as a explanation, and it's complementary to our pop culture, you know?
Like if you ask me what happened in World War II, I couldn't tell you. But if you ask me what happened last week with Lil Nas, I could tell you that in 2 seconds. So
Honestly,
honestly, that's the truth.
pop
So
culture though, like it affects everything. Like it's so relevant in everything. Like the only reason that we bring up history is to explain and understand what happens now. Like pop culture. Like I think it's more relevant. I think we can agree on that. Moving on. This is a hot take. This is a hot take. Ready?
I'm gonna be
What?
mad.
Yo, don't be mad. If you have kids, don't be mad. this isn't personal. This is just a truth, okay? Not all babies are cute.
And that's a fact. And let me tell you why. I was an ugly baby. And I can proudly say I was an ugly baby. And I'm the cutest person I've ever met in my entire life till this day. But I was an ugly baby. Like, I'm talking like bald-headed, big, like imagine a bald-headed, big head girl. That was me. I was not cute. I
I've
mean,
seen the evidence.
I made it work, but I was not cute.
You
And
grew
my
into
brother,
a beautiful young woman.
shout out to my brother, but he was not cute either. And I tell him that all the time. And you know, I just think we gotta stop lying to people. Sometimes your baby is just not cute. Like I mean, you know, in a sense, their soul, their spirit is beautiful. They will be a great human being. But if we're talking about physicality, your baby is not cute. But I will lie to you. I will lie to you and say to you, your baby's cute.
Facts.
I think children are adorable. I love kids.
I'm not gonna be the one to tell somebody their baby's ugly. Imagine like going through all that. Like imagine going through like 34 hours of labor just for somebody to tell you that your baby is ugly. Like I sympathize. But at the same time, I will not be lying to you. I will be lying to you actually because I don't have the heart, but just know that if your baby's not cute, then they're not cute and that you need to have faith because we know that the ugliest of babies usually grow up to be the cutest of humans.
I mean, look at me. I'm living proof. So, shout out to me. But next, the beach is overrated.
Fact. I hate the beach.
No, I love the beach. I could spend all like the water, just being in that water all day. It's perfect.
No.
The sand, I'm not a fan of, but I could live with the sand if I had the water. So that's
You know the worst part about going to the beach is the fact that you can like get your feet will get sandy or whatever. You can go to the water to wash the sand off, but there's no point because the sand will literally like come back on you. I just don't like the beach. I'm sorry, I don't like the water. I'd rather be in a pool.
okay, but
Somewhere.
the sand is overrated. It's the beach is overrated. The beach as a whole, the sand, the water, the weather.
The sand and the beach go together. It's a part of, and even the water sometimes it's just dirty, like pollution and everything. Like I must just stick to a pool. Thank you.
Okay.
Agree to disagree.
Next one.
Marriage is overrated.
Carla.
I agree. I think that marriage is a social construct, okay? It is patriarchal and it is misogynistic. It is everything that I don't like about this world. But I think that the thing about marriage is that I know that I plan to be married someday. And the reason that is because my marriage won't be transactional. Marriage these days are so transactional. It's like we got to do this together. We got to join our bank accounts. We got to do this. It's literally like it feels insincere. What I will do is build a marriage on the foundation of love. And that sounds so cliche and so but honestly, it's like the best thing you can do for yourself. Like Tharaly?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be joining any bank accounts. So I mean, yeah, I guess. It's a little overrated. Like I just think there's just so much pressure to be married. And when I think about it, I'm like, I'd be okay living a single life, traveling, doing my thing. I mean, it'd be nice, but it's like I think there's just so much like emphasis on getting married, on being married, and it's like I don't want to do it anymore. Everybody just wants to do it for fun, and I'm just like,
it's like it's so it's too transactional. Like I want marriage should be spiritual. It should be because there's a connection between you and your partner, and you and your partner don't need to be married to have that connection. Like, and that's where I'm at. But I will be, as much as I hate on the institution of marriage, I will most definitely be participating in it. I know I call me a hypocrite or whatever, but
Don't be mad when you're not invited to my wedding.
I'm not gonna be invited to your wedding.
That's not true. You're like one of my maid of honors. So come on, keep it pushing.
I was gonna
Bridesmaid.
say.
I don't know. I don't know the difference.
Okay.
Next one.
Next one.
You can
You.
only have one soulmate.
I
Y'all
disagree.
agree? I disagree.
I do.
I think this is how I think of life. And this is gonna sound so stupid, but this has been my outlook on life. Life is a puzzle, right? No, listen,
Where are you going with this? Where are you going with this?
listen,
Don't make yourself
listen.
sound stupid, please.
No. If I explain it correctly, it would sound not
Okay.
stupid.
Okay, go.
Life is a puzzle, right? But this
Mhm.
isn't like a puzzle you buy at like the store where there's a piece for every, like there's one piece that fits somewhere.
Right.
This is a puzzle that's constantly changing based on where you are in life. You get it?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
stick with me.
Mhm.
And sometimes some of those pieces don't fit because you have grown that puzzle. You've moved on. Just like your soulmate, sometimes that soulmate is not your soulmate no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when you think about like your first love and all your relationships. Everybody thinks this is the one, but then someone always comes and is always better because at that point in your life, yes, that person probably was the one for where you were at in your life. And now they're not because you've outgrown them. You've outgrown your situation. And that's my hot take. Thanks for coming to Tolly's TED Talk.
Anyways, child.
It made sense.
I
Don't
think no, it was alright. What I think is that I mean, I agree. Not you don't have just one soulmate. I think that you can have multiple soulmates and that your soulmate doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be your best friend, your sibling. I feel like my sister, one of my sister's my soulmate. Like it has there's like different relationships. You can have multiple soulmates. They can come in and out of your lives at different periods. They can be in your life at the same time. Like I think everybody has multiple soulmates. And that's where I stand. So, and for our very last hot take, it's this.
stop because
But,
no, go ahead, say it.
okay, country music sucks.
You want me to go first? This is my hot take. Country music is great. And I think it's hated on a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, I hate on country music too. But let me explain. I listen to a few good country music because sometimes you really be feeling it. Like these artists, they put their heart and soul into it. Privately, in the corner of my room with my AirPods on. But if I go out and someone is listening to country music in public, and it's like the first song they play on their playlist in a car ride, I will clown you because it's just no.
I agree.
Country music is
Wholeheartedly.
great, but
Wholeheartedly.
I will clown you in public and then
Wholeheartedly.
Shazam the music that was in the car and listen to it later at home.
Listen, in public, I don't know what country music is. I don't know what that genre is. It sounds terrible. I don't know why y'all are listening to it. But when I'm in my room, when I am by myself in the comfort of my space, best believe I am bumping to some country music.
It's so
Like we're so bad. Like
true. It's truly the truth. And there's some great country music out there.
it is one of those things that you do behind closed
It's
doors.
just one of those things you
It's
do
just one
behind
of those
closed
things.
doors. You know?
Like I feel like, and maybe there's just some stigma around this,
Maybe
but
it's black
this
people.
this is this is self preservation, okay? Because if we ever told anybody, our families, our friends, if we ever like openly listened to country music in front of them, we would
Like,
get
I would be clowned.
clowned like so hard.
Like, so hard. And it's not like
Disowned.
it's not even like a bullying thing. It's like, out of all the genres you've been listening to, you pick
Right,
country.
right.
But listen, country is great.
I
And
do
there's
have
some
plenty of country songs on my playlist.
there's some really good country music out there. So
Agreed. So to wrap up this hot take, country music is terrible. Wink.
a wink. Quote,
Wink.
country music. Who? What?
Right.
I hate us.
I hope nobody in my family is listening to this right now.
I hate us. That's all I'm gonna say.
We were honest.
At least
That's
we're
all that
honest.
matters. And that is
That's true.
all that matters.
That's true. Okay, so for our last segment, we're gonna play what should we get to know who knows who best.
Who knows who best?
Me and Carla each have 5 questions, and we're gonna ask them. I think my questions are really good. Carla said her questions are terrible,
I don't think mine are good.
but we're gonna see who really knows who in this partnership, in this pop in the bubble.
Okay.
All right, my first one. It's an easy one, and if you get this wrong, then you're truly gonna fail all the other ones. I just don't have no words for you.
You're like making me anxious. What is it?
What is my favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh hell no! Wait. Let me think.
That is. This is so sad.
Wait,
You're-
it's do you even know mine?
Mint chocolate chip,
Disgraceful. No. Anyways.
chocolate chip cookie dough.
Yes. Anyways.
That was my guess. I don't know why I said mint chocolate chip.
Is it cookies and cream?
Ew. What? That is
Let me
disgusting.
redeem myself.
2 tries.
Pistachio?
What? Do I look like?
I'm trying to think of all the things that my
Whoa.
mom likes. I'm trying to think of all the things my mom likes.
Am I your mom?
Y'all are way too much alike. Anyways, wait, one more guess.
I guess. I mean, not like you're gonna get it. The way you roll it, Jesus. Pistachio. Gosh.
Is it cookie dough?
No.
What is it?
It's birthday cake. I would have accepted birthday cake or rum raisin.
Oh my god, I was gonna say rum raisin too.
I
That's
love
why
rum
my mom
raisin.
loves rum raisin.
I love rum raisin.
That's crazy.
It just has, anyways, you failed.
This
so.
one is actually easy.
Sure.
It is. Okay, ready?
Uh-huh.
What's my zodiac sign?
Oh no. Okay, when are you born? Oh wait, no, I do know. You're either a Libra or a Virgo. But I'm gonna give you a final guess.
Final guess.
I feel like
It's a 50-50 chance.
early September, and I'm trying
I
to.
am to the book. I am this.
You're early September, but I know there's a cutoff, so I'm trying to remember. I remember my friend's birthday, and then I'm trying to remember your birthday because I know they fall off. But I can't remember her birthday right now. Oh, okay. You're a Virgo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am such a Virgo. Like, you don't even need to know my birthday to know that I'm a Virgo.
Big baller. I'm a Scorpio. If you guys are wondering.
I know you're a Scorpio.
Okay, question
Next
2.
question.
As of right now, what is my most embarrassing moment?
I gotta think of what you've done.
You've been a witness to this. This happened very recently. And then when I thought about it, I was like, this is really embarrassing. I don't know what came over me, but this was truly embarrassing.
Did it happen at school?
No. This
At
happened
school?
like a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago?
Not even, like a week ago or 2.
Oh, wait, I can't say what I'm thinking. I can't say what I'm thinking.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking of something that was highly embarrassing for you.
I don't remember. Oh man, do I embarrass myself that much? No.
No.
This happened like last week.
Last week.
I'll give
were
you a
at
clue.
home? Oh, the permit thing?
No, but thanks for bringing that in. bad. Like I wanted to cry. It's like
I don't even know what my most embarrassing moment is. How am I supposed to know what yours
we were
is?
on FaceTime and you were telling me you had COVID. And I was going through a bad.
What?
Remember, you were on FaceTime. You were telling me you had COVID, and I was going through it.
Oh my god, wait, I completely forgot about that. I have screenshots and screen recordings of it.
But Carla found, and basically what happened is I've been reading this series, and I was in the final book, and it came to a point where I was crying for like 45 minutes straight. Like, this isn't like a tear. This is like full on like snotty nose, full on like
Can I
ugly
please post it?
crying. Please don't.
Can I
But
please post it?
that is really my most embarrassing moment because, and then I DM'd the author and I was like, I don't know what you thought that was, but I'm just so embarrassed. Like, I'm glad she didn't respond to me because I don't think I could have handled more embarrassment.
No, it was the worst part about it though is that I was on FaceTime with her telling her about how I had COVID and I couldn't taste anything. She did not care.
She had COVID.
She did not
I
care.
was really
she
going
was going through it. And
I was going through it.
I was sitting there
But
like
yeah.
I was sitting there like I'm telling you this and you're crying over it.
He was like, I can't taste any food, and I was like, oh my god.
I was literally crying at the same time because I was trying to eat my food and I couldn't taste it, which was honestly one of the most depressing things I've ever been through in my entire life. It was so degrading. Like,
it honestly was so embarrassing.
But she didn't even like. It took her a second to notice like and to articulate what I was telling her. Like,
the worst part about it is I cried a second time again that afternoon.
It happened twice. She was okay. She was okay, and then she wasn't.
And then I wasn't. I'm still not over that book.
She finished the book though. I'll give you that.
I did.
I think that is really embarrassing.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Mine are really easy compared to yours. Anyways, okay.
Your fault.
Who is my ultimate male celebrity crush?
Oh man.
There's only one. And this is a man.
Oh.
I don't even like men like that.
Is it Jackson? Wait, is it Klaus? I was gonna say Klaus.
Nope, one more guess.
Michael B. Jordan.
Absolutely not.
What
is wrong with you? Tharaly, I literally worship this man.
Wait.
I worship him.
I don't know his name. I know his face, but I don't know his name. What's his name?
Who are you talking about? Describe this man.
I don't know because you know when you know something, but it's all blurry. So you know what?
Literally me. These last two questions.
Let me know because I don't know.
It's Bad Bunny.
Right. Yeah.
How could you not? This one is so easy too.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
That's embarrassing for you.
Anyways,
moving on.
Which fictional character would I die to marry?
Would you die to marry? I feel like
bonus.
I know this one.
Bonus. Which fictional character would I love to kill?
You would love to kill Hope Michelson from Legacies / The Vampire Diaries. I know that one. Who you would die to marry?
Yes.
Klaus Michelson.
Of course. I would die to marry him.
I got that. Wow, you're gonna marry him and kill his daughter. Cool.
I'm just saying. You know my reasonings. We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to. It's not even worth mentioning anymore. But continue.
Okay. I redeemed myself on that one. Okay.
Sure you did.
My question. All right. This isn't a question. Name all of my siblings and my parents.
No, I can't. Okay.
There's 5 of them. And then my parents.
Juby.
Yeah.
Carlo.
Uh-huh.
Carlos.
Yeah.
Your mom.
You don't even know my mom's name, and that's crazy.
Your dad is Carlo Senior. Would it be C?
Yeah.
Senior.
So you got 4 so far. You're missing
your mom. What is your mom's name? Now that I think about it, I don't know your mom's name because I just call her mom. So honestly, that's a point because that's really her name.
You're forgetting 2 of my siblings. You're forgetting 2 siblings. I don't know.
I'm
One of
forgetting
them,
the girl and a boy.
my pregnant sister, and my brother, my little brother.
Oh my
You know
God.
my little brother's name.
I thought I said it.
No.
No, Sadio. Oh my God.
Sadio.
Sadio.
Alright, recap.
Yeah.
You have Juby.
No, I can't
Sadio.
go over this again. You're gonna confuse me.
You have Juby, Sadio, Carlos Senior, my dad, and now you're missing my mom and my sister. When my other sister.
No, your mom is mom.
And then my
Missing
other
a brother?
sister. No, you got all the brothers. You
I
got
know
all
your
the brothers.
sister's.
You're missing a sister and my mom.
No, I got your mom's name.
I'm gonna tell.
No, I know your
I'm gonna
sister's
tell
name. Oh, I don't know your mom's name. I'm never gonna try. I'm just. Oh, I just.
My mom's name is so generic too. Alright, you want me to tell you?
Is it? No, because if I say it and it's wrong,
No,
then
say
it's
it.
gonna
Say
sound.
it.
It's
Say
gonna
it.
break.
Say it. I want to hear it. Say it.
Isn't it Marie?
No, that's my middle name. Stupid.
Oh,
You guys.
we've been talking about middle names. It's
Anyway,
confusing.
my mom calls Tali Marie.
That's
'cause
not
she
my
just-
name, guys.
She just thinks that everybody's middle name is
Everyone's
Marie.
middle name is Marie.
Anyways, all right. So my mom's name is Sarah.
Oh,
my-
Sarah! I knew
and then-
that.
My sister's name is Lizzie.
No, you didn't let me do it.
You did. You weren't gonna guess it. Stupid.
Yes, I
No,
was.
you weren't.
Yes, I was.
You think you were because you heard it and now you recognize it, but you
No,
weren't.
well, I knew it was Lizzie. I didn't know you were gonna say your sister's name. I thought you were just gonna say your mom's name.
Too late. Anyways, you got it wrong anyway. Next
No, I
question.
didn't. I
Next
got it
question.
right. What question are we on?
4.
Okay. This is a really hard one.
By the way, I can name all of your siblings, not your parents though.
I only have 3.
Oh, I can name your dad, Jeffrey.
That's not his name. That's my brother's name.
Jeffrey Jr. Same thing.
Not the same thing. That's not his name. That's not his name at all.
Isn't it like Eugene?
Who is Eugene?
Wait, because I know it's Joseph. Wait, isn't it Joseph?
That's his last name. Who is Eugene?
I'm like, sorry. My brain is currently lacking oxygen. Okay, so I'm not making sense.
Jefferson. That's not the same thing as
I
Jefferson.
knew it. It's the same thing. Anyways,
It's not the same at all.
Jeff. Anyways, what's the next question?
What is my favorite podcast episode we've recorded?
Your favorite one that we've recorded?
Yeah. Well, I have 2. So if you guess one of them, I'll give you the points.
It was. I'm trying to think of the ones that we've done. It was our pop culture one with Kasamba.
Yeah. That was my favorite one. Yes.
What's the other one? Wait, let me think. With Shira, Cicely Tyson. No,
Oh,
no,
man.
not the Cicely Tyson one. That was Shira with the modern day icons.
No. It was our first episode of our Black History Month series. I really liked that episode.
Was that wasn't this? Who was that? What was that one?
It was our first one where we read the poems and then we talked about like the history behind Black History Month. I like that.
You.
It was nice.
I got you. Okay. Okay. Where do I see myself in 15 years? When I'm 31 years old.
I don't know. No. No. I was gonna put this as a question too. A lawyer.
What kind of lawyer?
I don't. I'm blanking.
That's crazy because I literally know your entire process of choosing what you want to be, and you can't even name what type of lawyer I want to be. That's crazy.
A corporate lawyer. That's what you said you wanted to do.
Well, I'll give you that. But
Yeah,
what else? What else though? Because that's not it. I'm 31 years old. What is happening in my life?
I don't know.
I've explicitly said what Like
Yeah, I
mentally.
know. But I really just I want to say immigration, but that was me.
No, that was you.
Yeah. Oh, why am I snapping? Like, what's that lawyer called? Oh my God, bro, I'm sick of this game.
Does what?
A criminal lawyer, criminal justice.
I mean, I could, but I don't know.
There, bro.
No,
That's
okay.
what
No,
that
I'm not
doing.
talking about. Okay, beyond profession, like beyond my profession. What do I see myself? Where do I see myself?
Oh, you want to have your own law firm, just like me.
By the time I'm 31,
If I go that route,
by
I
the
mean,
time I'm 31, I will
do
probably
what
not
you do.
have my own law firm.
Do what you want to
No,
do.
but what I will try. But what else?
You want to have kids? I don't know. I'm just guessing now.
That's
Oh,
crazy. See, this is how I know you don't listen when I speak to you.
but we just talk about this all the time, and our plans change. I am, I am going through a career crisis right now.
She
Okay,
is. I
so
can attest. I have been there for it.
listen, I wanted to be a seventh grade math teacher for like a good month, and now I'm thinking of being a flight attendant. So it's all mumbled up in there. But you do want kids, lawyer, married. Am I missing something big? I'm confused. I feel
Whatever.
like these are what we talked about.
I will say, okay, I'll just say it. I'm gonna be a lawyer. What type of lawyer is TBD. Um,
She tried to trick me.
I
I
will be
hate these
married. I will hopefully be married by the time I'm 31. I will either have one child or be in the process of attaining one child at that point, although I will have plenty more children. I will be a homeowner.
When did you tell me that?
Well, anyways, that's crazy.
I'm over this. My last question is the easy one.
Last one.
What is my favorite memory with you?
With me,
Yeah.
my quinceañera.
Oh, that was fun. Oh, I should have put that. Oh.
Wow, see, I know you better than you know you.
No, but it wasn't though.
Kind. You know that was one of your favorite memories, though.
Yes, my top 3, but it's not my favorite.
How recent?
My favorite is a collection of memories, but it all falls into the same thing. It all happens
When we record popping the bubble.
No, what?
Damn, here I am thinking you're trying to get all sentimental, and you're just like, no, like.
You really tried. I mean, extra.
Wait, I know
Okay.
what it is.
Only you here. I don't know why you're raising your hand.
Okay, when we watch TV in my room, specifically Girl Meets World.
No.
What is wrong
it's
with
a
you?
good memory. Oh my God.
Why do I know you better than you know you? Okay, one more try.
No.
What else do we do together? A collection of memories?
It's a collection of memories.
From when?
But honestly, you weren't. I can't even say this in the podcast. So I'm just gonna tell you the answers.
Wait. What are you about to say?
It was basically our FaceTimes over the summer. Remember?
Redacted.
No. Remember? It was just a lot with no words or clues.
No context or anything. We
It was
FaceTimed a lot over the summer.
on. And there just was a lot. That's my favorite memory because that's when we found out about. Well, you know, but.
What did we find out about? Huh? Oh my God! Yes.
See, sorry, I was like.
Every time we sit down and we literally did it today.
I know.
Anyways, redacted. Y'all don't need to know about that. My last question.
I mean, yeah, the quince was fun. I had a lot of fun at your quince, actually.
I had too much fun on my quince. I didn't even have my phone the entire night.
That was crazy. Fun. I have some videos that I will show you to your children.
That doesn't need to happen.
It does.
No.
I think.
Anyways, my last question is, I don't know if you'll get this one, to be honest.
Ending it big. I feel like I should try.
You're not gonna get this one. There's
So
too
why
much
would you give me?
discussion.
Why would you give me a question
I don't know.
can't answer?
Because I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, will she know this? Will she not? Okay, anyways. On the St. George's softball team, what position do I play? Or did I play? Bonus, what is my number?
Can I search up the positions?
No.
But I don't know any.
It gives it away. Did you ever go to any of my games?
Yeah, but then you guys were always forfeiting, so I just left before you did that.
That's not true.
It really is.
You've seen me play before.
No, I haven't. Can I?
If you can tell me, you don't even have to tell me the name of the position. If you can tell me the general area.
Listen, I don't know sports. That's why I need to look up these words.
You can't. No, don't look up the words, but look up the layout. The layout of a field. No.
I'll look out the layout.
The layout of a field.
I'll look at the layout of a field. This is ridiculous. You know I don't pay attention in sports. Layout of a softball field. This is ridiculous.
There's first base, second base, third base. Did I play in the infield or the outfield?
Is it too late to call my hotline?
Who would be your hotline?
Oh no, man. Infield or outfield? I'm trying to remember, but this was like freshman year.
Outfield is in the grass.
Yes, I know what outfield is. Outfield is. But you sound dumb on this podcast. I've already did that enough.
You make yourself do that.
We don't need to add into today. Outfield, infield. No, you played infield.
Mm-hmm.
You played on a base. No, you didn't play on a base. What's the thing behind not behind the pitcher, behind is that the pitcher? The person who told us the book. I'm celebratory podcast, bro. I'm done with it. I'm over it. I don't know.
We were supposed to have fun. You ended up embarrassing yourself.
Hold on. You're the one who.
Look it up. Just look it up. Just look it up. This could be your lifeline.
Honestly, positions in softball.
I mean, I had 2 positions freshman year, but I will take the main one.
Was that what you were? Yeah, a shortstop.
Yeah.
I knew it was shortstop, and I was like, it's shortstop, but I didn't know.
Did you know? Did you?
No, but I didn't know if that was the correct term or if that was even softball. So I was like, I need to look this up.
I played shortstop and I caught. I was a catcher.
Your lucky number was.
It's not my lucky number, but it's my number.
Your number was 13, 7, 11, 11? Oh my God, that was my first guess.
Or was it? It was 11. Yeah, it was 11.
That was my first guess.
Because my lucky number is 2, and when you put 1 and 1 together,
it's 2. So funny.
Ha ha ha! You really embarrassed yourself today.
You embarrassed yourself too. How you don't know my favorite ice cream flavor? That's embarrassing.
That's not as embarrassing as that vocab test.
Listen, I learned some new words today. Quiz me on one of the words I was supposed to know today. Do it.
I will. What does fallacy mean?
Oh my God. I was lying. I was lying.
You were so confident too. So confident.
Fallacy.
My body like physically hurts from laughing so much this entire episode.
Fallacies is an opinionated assumption made based on the first interaction with someone.
That's conjecture, and that was not even what that means. That's conjecture, but that's not what that means anyway.
Oh my God. This is the perfect time to end it. I think we've done enough embarrassment for today.
I am so confident today. I don't feel that stupid.
Listen. You need to find yourself a new host, because I'm done. This is my last episode. No more popping the bubble.
6 months and you're out?
I'm out. Please write me my check so I can cash it in.
You giving me your 2 weeks?
I'm giving my 2 weeks notice because by the time this rolls out, I'm over. No more. You won't see me. You'll never hear I'm Tharaly again. This is it. This is it for me. This truly has
just
been
me now. I guess it's just me now. I can make it work. You
honestly.
know what? I can make it work.
Do you? I will fully support you.
You will? You can be my biggest supporter?
No, because I will do another podcast and it'll be talking crap about Carla every 2 weeks.
The disrespect. The disrespect.
I'm just so over this. This was supposed to be fun.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I don't know about you, but I had the most fun.
I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed it. I guess.
I really hope y'all enjoyed that because if you're even listening and you
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if people stopped listening after the current events.
Honestly, if you let me see. I will post a poll. Ooh, I did not mean to.
No. If you listened to the end, which is right now, you should go on our Instagram under this podcast episode and comment happy.
No, not happy 6 months. Comment inside jokes. Fallacy.
Comment zero. No, just comment. Comment fallacy. No, because I can't spell that. So comment.
Comment any one of the vocab words.
Any one of the vocab words.
I will say them for you. Martyr, fallacy, doleful, zeal, pseudonym, bequeath, conjecture.
Comment bequeath.
And conjecture, and what was the last one? Surmise. Any one of those words. If you made it this far, please go and comment one of those words.
We'll give you a special shout out. Free merch.
We will give. Whoa. We
will
give you a special shout out.
We'll give you a special shout out for being a G. Because this was for being a G.
Because we love you and you love us.
Because we love
you. If you made it this far.
I hope you learned something about us. Because I definitely did. I'm going to have to open some dictionaries to start learning some words.
You just discovered that now. I don't think that's new information.
It's not, but I feel like today was just like, Tharaly, you need some help desperately. See, this is why I should be a flight attendant, because you don't need big words.
No.
You're telling me, as a lawyer, I gotta learn more big words. No. And I'm just gonna be...
You know that thing that they do at the beginning of every single flight where they explain to you what to do?
Yeah.
If the plane goes down or whatever, I cannot see you doing that. And if I ever got on a flight with you doing
welcome to Spirit. Please put on your seatbelts.
Not Spirit.
That sounded good though. You had to, bro.
Spirit.
Welcome to Spirit Airlines. Please put on your seatbelts. Please listen further as we tell you guys about the instructions if anything were to happen in an emergency. Under your chair are life jackets. If in case of an emergency, please pull them out and put them on. Remember, save yourself before you save anyone else. That includes your children. Have a nice flight. Bro, come on. I got this in the bag.
I can't take it seriously anymore. I seriously think that it is time to end this before we lose all credibility.
It's time. We hope you guys. We hope whoever is listening. I don't even know what to say because this wasn't very informative. We hope that the first 30 or however long our current event topics was very informative, and that you learned something today.
Yes.
And that you do some research.
Right.
And that the rest of this podcast will be forgotten about after that.
Or not. Go comment one of those vocab words so we know that you're a real one. And we love y'all. Thank you so much for the support these last 6 months. We could not have done it without you because Lord knows that sometimes the motivation was just not there. But we always pull through because this is our passion. We love you. Thank you for all your love and support.
I'm Tharaly.
I'm Carla.
And that's on 6 months.
months.